Okay, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I'm okay. I hope I'm audible. Welcome to our stream today. It's been a crazy Friday last week. The market has been all over, but I welcome you all and I appreciate you guys joining me. And welcome to our stream, man. We gotta do this together. No one else can do this with us. Do not forget to like and subscribe as I welcome you on the stream and just check in where you're from. If you're gonna watch this after the stream, do not hesitate to also text me or inbox. I truly appreciate your love and support. And let's do this, man. Let's get over it and do it. I know it's been busy Friday. It's been a busy Friday last week. The market opened crazy today, but we gotta do this. I'll start with the day trading, then we move to all our analysis and what you're looking for the rest of the week. I know I didn't do what do you call this? A weekly focus, but other than that, I appreciate all of you guys. You're wonderful. And let's get it going. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. We have a new stream idea. We have a new platform. Um, we have a new way of doing things, I guess. And I love it. I love the new skin. Let's tell me if you love it, guys. But anyway, let's quickly go through everything together. Let's quickly go through everything together. I should say, um, after the hectic, okay, let's start on the day trading, guys. Let's not waste a lot of time. Let's start on directly on day trading. We do our analysis and see what we have. The rest of the stuff, we'll look at it as we go along. Okay. I hope you understand. I hope you appreciate the idea that I have. Um, it's been a crazy weekend, I should say. So previous daily low, we just taken out the previous daily high. It is holding the daily fair value gap, yeah. It's holding this daily fair value gap. And one thing about this daily fair value gap, it looks like a strong fair value gap as it has daily fair value gap, as it is like more like a breaker as well. So I'm interested in looking at what's happening. Are we going to quickly reject it and come back, check out that low before we look to go to the upside? I have no idea. It happens sometimes. And it's a Monday, guys, so I'm not going to be a bit aggressive. I'm going to relax, look for positions. If I'm not getting it, I'm going to call it a day early. I'm not feeling well either way. I don't know what happened or what I ate, but I'm not feeling well. But how have you been? Same thing with S&P 500. Holding the same uh, daily average there. Let's see. Okay, we are holding, we served the previous daily high if we were to look at it closely. We've taken the previous daily high, came back inside the daily fair value gap. Also within the, ooh, this is annoying. Inside the daily fair value gap, there is a 4-hour fair value gap as well, with a breaker as well. So possible that the market might be looking for lower prices. I think it could come back. We've taken the previous daily high, reacted there. Are we going to look for lower prices coming back to close up this gap here? The Monday opening gap, as there was too much volatility on Friday. I have no idea. Of course, S&P 500, it's giving exactly the same thing. because I'm not feeling well and I can't go to sleep now. I need to quickly do something or else I'm gonna be killed. Okay, let's see. But how that question is, am I gonna get a continuation or not? That's a big question that I have. I think that's a question that I have. Is it gonna give me a continuation or not? If not, then there's no need for me to panic about this because if you look closely, we are trading above a previous daily high. So let me see here. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, let's see my honest opinion. Oh, okay, interesting. So here we swept Asia low, we moved to the upside after taking out Asia low during the AM session. Now we've just taken out the session low, the London high, and we could look to come down to this fair value gap here. Even though it's not of the best price action, perhaps I might consider this trade here, but it's not of the best price action, um, to be honest. We are holding that. Let's see this out. Also set the London high. It looks like a draw of liquidity. It's the AM session range to retest the AM session low. I think this is a high. I'll confirm that. I'm not feeling well. That's a high, sorry. So it looks like we are coming for this uh, previous daily high retest. Maybe something like that would make sense at this point in time to see a reaction here. If we get an invasion, perhaps I could look to come back to the low, but a retest here will make more sense than anything else. Even though, yeah. So a retest on this 15 minutes, something like a retest the session low, I mean the session high, I mean the previous daily high, and look for higher prices. I think um, that's an interesting scenario for me. Or one thing like maybe I could say I'm anticipating. Oh, okay. Can I get lower prices? I think I will. Let me see how this started the PM session. Oh, I started it lower. Come on, man. I don't like this price action. It's a Monday after all. Price action tends to be terrible. We've retested this, uh, that after this break. Okay. Market structure shift retest, they came back all the way down. Nah, I have nothing. Perhaps if I get a low like that, that's the only thing perhaps I could look for a trade. But for now, I have nothing. Yeah, for now I have nothing. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for something like this, and that I won't take any trade. Okay. I'm not gonna look for any trade until I get the trade that I'm talking about. And if we get a retest there, perhaps I'm gonna look for a rejection to the upside. But other than that, I have no trade. Perhaps let's speak about the crazy weekend, man. We can speak about the crazy weekend, and then I will be distracted in between. So let's set up an alarm, yeah? Here we go. We do have an alarm. If it gets back to that, it is gonna tell us. Let's set up both an S&P 500. Here we go. Here we go. Up, up, up. Sorry, now. It's just, missing. The price action is terrible. Okay. Okay. While waiting for the alarm, let's get into it, man. Okay. So on the day trading side, remember I always spoke of I was looking for Russell. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the trade. There was so much volatility. I doubted taking the trade here. Uh, Look, that will be the best trade that you'll be excited for. I was looking for that move. Fortunately, it went in, and I was hoping that perhaps after the volatility today, we might open lower, and then after opening lower, and then we get something like this before we push back to the upside. So I was gonna look for an entry here. Unfortunately, it just pushed to the upside without doing what I was looking for. So I have nothing. So this trade didn't work out, but perhaps if it comes back again lower before it comes back up, I am gonna look for a trade, and I think I'll explain why I'm looking for Nasdaq and others. But let's just quickly try to explain first without any wasting time. I've not looked at the H Finder today, but let's see what we have. So if we were to look at the H Finder, we have USD CAD, S&P 500, Nasdaq, GBP CHF, USD CHF, NZD CHF, Bitcoin as at Dow Jones as bullish. Ah, let me not waste time. Let me do this. On the bearish side, of AUD USD. It's still there. Unfortunately, I fumbled my trade. Russell is still bullish, but the bullish, the biggest bullish assets here, it's from Bitcoin. You look at USD CAD, UBCHF, USD CHF, Dow Jones. So these are the bullish ones. I think I'm interested in looking for USD CHF to the upside. Um, I think so, but let's us think. Okay, let's go look. Let's all look at the technicals together. Remember, Russell, I've missed Russell. So within Russell, perhaps maybe if you can, we can also look at what is indices. We can also look at we can also look at S&P 500. I am a bit interested in S&P 500, and I will explain why. If you look at it, came all the way to retest the 50%. Perhaps if I'll still reject, come back lower to that area here. Maybe I will look to trade the to look for long. Technically, I do prefer Russell. Let me see, look at Jones. Oh, shucks, okay. I also do prefer Dow Jones here, though someone might say, look at that, this is a trend line. The market has flipped. Oh, shucks. Look at what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that you don't know. I'm looking at the hedge finder here. Forgot. Yeah. So one might say, but the market has just broken the trend line. It's looking to go to the ups, to the downside, but I am still looking for longs. And as I explained, yes, US30 technically it's bullish. Fundamentally, look at your macros are bullish. We're gonna look at all the macros, but to look at the macros right now, we are bullish for US30, Dow Jones, and the others. I could look for longs here. Let's see if we can get a long. I think technically, I will prefer long here. So I think if it retests all the way back to here, you could say it has held support here. It has also held this fair value gap, but I'm more interested, let's say, closes that gap, yeah, to look for that support, yeah. I think that's what I'm more interested in. And that I am sitting out, and that I'm sitting out. Also, S&P 500, it's a bit higher. I spoke about coming back to that. It has retested all the way back to where I was looking for, but still, I would prefer for it to come back lower to hold support. Even though it has held support, it might come back all the way up, but it might also hold this 15 minutes for value gap. So there's a lot of scenarios that could happen, but I do love Russell. Russell, I think, is the only thing that I'm looking for when I look at indices. Unfortunately, retested all the way back. Unless it will still come back to retest again, I will look for that trade. Um, in terms of indices, but also Bitcoin. It's something that I spoke about last week that I'm looking for Bitcoin longs. I just wanted Bitcoin to hold that support, but because still there was a lot of volatility on Friday after what Trump said, when I didn't just want to set my limit because there was a possibility of the market coming back all the way up and reject. So I just wanted to avoid being caught in this kind of move. I don't want to catch a falling knife. So now it looks like the volatility has stopped. It has rebounds back. Um, if we were to look at, what's happening here? Oh, sorry. So if we were to look at, it's up 0.8% today, Nasdaq. Um, I mean, Bitcoin. There is possibilities that I might look for longs. One thing I hate is I only want to try a trade here. Let me watch and see if it will retest back. Yeah, if it doesn't, I don't like the technicals. So, but let's see if it will come back again with the same retest to fill the week and come back up. I think I might consider that. But that's a support that is holding right now. That's a support that is holding. So I'm also anticipating that. I just hate that the risk to reward dueling makes sense for me. Look at that. The stop will be extremely far. So if it starts failing, come on. If it starts failing and come back lower, and then perhaps I'll be interested. I'm not feeling well. That's Bitcoin though. But let's look at the Forex pairs. For the Forex packs, as I said, I'm looking for USD Um, yes, it's a bit slow. I am gonna have a limit. Funny enough, someone might say it has left you. Why didn't you enter? But that was Friday again. A lot of volatility in the market. So I'm gonna look to hold those supports to look to the upside. Just broken above this trend line. If we're to look at it, kind of a trend line broken above. It has already given a retest, and I am gonna wait for another retest for USD I think I do believe in USD longs for the first time ever. I do believe in USD longs. So I'm hoping that it will fail again, perhaps get that trade to the upside. Yeah. Either way, it's either you say you are confident enough to hold on to come back to that low again, but that for me it's not an ideal thing. But high possibilities for the market to come back to that low. But I think that low can hold here. As much as it held the support, I think if it returns back to that support, I will look for long. I will definitely look for longs. Um, Let me see what others did I say I'll speak about. We spoke of GBP CHF. Okay, let's see GBP CHF. Not a fan, but let's go through it. Perhaps there is something that we're gonna see. Oh God, I'm not feeling well. For me to get the bulls, to be honest, perhaps if we get a break above and look for something like this, that's when I'll look for bulls, a break above to look for continuation. Right now, I don't like the technicals. Just start to see a bit of strong momentum to the upside. I think that's what I will look for. Um, I think that's me, guys. I think those are the things that I'm interested. USD CAD, it's a bit overstretched. Not feeling well. USD CAD, it's a bit overstretched for me. Yes, it held that support here, but I am still gonna look for deeper retracement. I think I'm more comfortable with a deeper retracement to come back all the way lower, and that I'm not interested. So, so something that I might consider short, it's AUD. So the Aussie looks like it's bouncing back. Remember the trade that I was on that I jumped off early, but it's neither there or here. So I will look for a retest again to that support. If it comes all the way down and the Aussie is still weak, I will still look for shots. It's just that I'll be trading in a range, but I will also consider shots. I will still consider shots. Do not forget to like and subscribe as you're joining the stream. You, not the scream, the stream. You, we, the stream, English. So, since I'm not feeling well, and the DCHF, let's see how it looks like. Let's look at the technicals. Yeah, man. This is very bearish, eh? Unless it will flip that and use it as support to look to the upside, but it's very bearish. That's very bearish. It's very bearish. So I, I was also looking at SA Top 40 to be honest. It's a bit overstretched for me, so I'm gonna wait outside until further notice. I'm gonna wait outside. But let's look at the technicals, man. There is a new upgrade on the edge finder. There is a new upgrade. Let's see the new upgrade. This is a top setup. Scores scatter plot. Yeah, let's see it. Nah, man, not the scatter plot. There is a new update. I'm just gonna look at AI scan maker. Let's see. Is this a new update? It is a new update. So the new update makes things easy, just breaks them down into something easy to read. So if we were to look at the first target, so we look at S&P 500 technical, we're having a 3 plus, which is bullish. It's a strong bull. If we were to look at the technicals are bullish. However, institutional positioning, so far we have not gotten the institutional position for the past 2 weeks. Even last week reports because of the government shutdown. Sentimental bias is still bullish as well. And then eco growth signaling, you look at your GDP, it's bullish, PMI, it's bullish, retail sales bullish, and then jobs market. We know that jobs market is not as stable. We're still waiting for NFP. The government, since the government closure, we've not gotten NFP. So you look at the jobs market signaling, it's bearish as well. But inflation data, inflation is increasing. CPI, it's bullish. We got a bullish reading. Look at interest rate and CPI. Last time lower than expected, which is nice. Let's look at USD CHF because I was interested in it. It is a new update. It's a very good update, eh? You look at GDP also, same thing here for USD CHF. So I think the dollar have gained a bit of strength lately against its counterparts, and I'm more interested in looking at the dollar against the Australian Aussie dollar. Where is the Aussie dollar? So look at technical are bearish. We know that Aussie dollar is a bit bearish, very bearish in terms of technicals. Institutional positioning include like the COT data. It is bearish. Sentiment is bearish. The one thing with is very neutral is the jobs data and the eco growth. And then I think I'm interested in looking at the jobs data, how it's looking like in Australia. I think I'm very interested now. So CPI is at 2.21%, 2.1%. Not bad. Very close to the target. Uh, unemployment rates stayed the same. Employment change. Um, very low unemployment change here. I think we've gotten a lot of loss in jobs markets in the Aussie. PMI as well was bearish. So in general, if I were to determine that looking at CPI, possibility of keeping the interest rate the same or cutting interest rates are quite high, looking at already as 2.1% as a target. Unemployment rate still as 4.2, it's a bit high. Unemployment change, you got a bearish reading on unemployment change. So looking at those factors, the Aussie might cut rates or keep interest rate the same, while the dollar possibility of rate hikes are there and possibility of rate cuts. So there is a bit of uncertainty. I think the fact that we are only waiting for the jobs data to really get us going in this case. And I think I've already spoken about inflation a few times, so many times, yeah. It's at 2.9 before. If we to look at before, we were on a downtrend, but now we're bottom at 2.3%, now starting to go to the upside, going into 3%, and we don't need to go to about the 3%, 3.5% territory. So what the Feds might consider is to cut rates in this instant or keep the interest rate the same. But all that will be determined by the labor market. Sorry, that will be all that will be determined by the labor market. The previous NFP was bad. We are looking for the new NFP, but jobs data won't be. We might skip it. So I hear. So if you look at that, possibility of longs are there, but also possibility of shorts are there. We're just gonna sit and look and sit and do nothing basically. But ADP, even though sometimes the correlation is not good, but ADP we have gotten a very bad ADP number. And remember, after this ADP number, we got NFP high, but it was revised the following month, which means the ADP number what did correlate with NFP data a bit. So even here, the ADP number could be a possibility of a correlation. So it's something that I'm looking at as well. So it's what it is. It is what it is, but so that's something that I've been looking at. But technically, I am just sitting. I think something very close to what I'm looking for is USD CHF. I think that's something very close to what I'm looking for. I am gonna consider longing here. The rest are a bit far-fetched, so I will wait outside. But anyway, let's go back to the day trading, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to like and subscribe on the live. I will truly appreciate your support. Uh, not calling it a day early today. Oh God. Didn't reach the level that I wanted. Came back to this 5 minutes for belly gap. So I guess I'll have to wait. I'm gonna give it until 9:15 and see what happens. It could reject here, to be honest. Since I'm not feeling well, so I'm not gonna give it long. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what happens here. I'm gonna wait until after, and then I'm gonna call it a night. I'll be back, guys. Need to do quickly do something. We failed to reach the level that I wanted. We just reacted. So if we didn't, there's no need for me to look for a trade, to be honest. Nah, I'll be back now. Let's wait and see. I'll be right back. Fuck. Oh, okay. Anyway, I try to play my game very safe, very, very conservative, very safe. Back to that 15 minute value gap, held that given as a proper SMT. So how I played safe, maybe that is why I didn't get the trade, was I saw this invasion for a value gap. So I was awaiting for this invasion to fully complete the invasion for value gap. For me, this kind of was that invasion for value gap that it gave as a full confirmation for me to look for shorts. Then, with that being confirmed up below this invasion, I saw that as it moved lower, I was looking for retracement to hold that high. And if it held that line, I was gonna go short, but it looks like it's gone. So right now, possibility of rejection in that fair value gap are there, and then one might put their stop loss here to look for such a trade like this. I don't like the trade, so I will play it careful. Just where my stop loss is supposed to be, that's where my entry will be, and above, if it will get me. But already, if it did, if that retraced back up, because it closed very extremely low, perhaps if it closed and came back inside, I was gonna look for that trade, but it closed very far from where my trade was supposed to be. So I wanted that to retrace higher, to retrace this resistant areas, but that didn't happen. So it looks like the only possibility next trade that I'll get is a retracement back to the upside. With that being said, I will have to complete something on my phone as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Unfortunately, I missed my trade again. Seems like a daily bread now. Okay. That being not said on the trade, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna call it a day early. I have other things to do. So other than that, guys, thank you so much. Do not forget to like and subscribe. We'll be starting to do our podcast and other sessions that I wish to do and have conversation with myself. And we'll get it done, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we see where we're going with this platform, man. Let's grow the platform together. I'm gonna call it here, but I'm waiting to see if I will get the trade that I've been looking for. If that trade happens, then I will be a happy man. If it doesn't happen, then it's fine. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Do not forget to like and subscribe. And this is the end of the closing bell, man. Have a great day. Bye.